Welcome back to Project Zomboid. We have been taking Shonda on an exploration journey, and she actually just finished leveling up her foraging skill. So I want to see, do I have another foraging book in here? I do have volume 2. Let's bring that along with us as some entertaining reading and see if we've got the herbalist. Yes. So, okay, usually when I get a character, when I get a new character, I will read all of the magazines I have. But apparently, I failed to do that with Shonda. And so she owned the herbalist, but she had never read it. And so now, this last session, I got some berries. And, okay, so now instead of saying unknown berry, this berry just says plain old berry. And it looks like it would say poisonous berry if it was poisonous. So I've just got a regular old berry. Well, that makes me happy. So that means I've got some more options for making food. The mushrooms that I got and the acorn, they're good for making soups and stews. I've got a lot of good stuff in my fridge just from that one trip. So even though we did not find what we were looking for, which was a pond to fish in, we did find some valuable stuff and got good at finding more stuff in the future with the foraging skill. So this episode, what we're going to try to do is range a little bit further than we could on foot last episode by getting in our car and driving west, or maybe south. I don't know. Folks in the chat, do you have a preference whether I search to the west or to the south? I can't go too far because I've only got the fuel in my tank here. I think I might have a little bit of gas in the back. Oh, hey, El Chosen One. Thanks for the raid, man. Oh, no, gosh. Oh, that's what I get for reading the chat. Okay. I don't know how much more this car can take of me being a bad driver. Let's try to shoot across the grass. So everyone's ducking and covering because we're getting raided. So I actually, in my Survivor game, which I stream from occasionally, the one where Alex had some mishaps. In that game, I actually came over here specifically to raid the library, and I feel like I should have streamed it because it was really, really harrowing. I ended up holing up at the house here on the corner, and the entire place was just so full of zombies. There's no way I could possibly have cleared enough space to make it safe. So I ended up needing to basically drive over to the library, find a slightly open space in the parking lot with zombies converging on me from every direction, and then I had to lead the zombies on a chase around the different strip malls to try to leave them behind so that I could go back to the library and raid it for books. And the library was also full of zombies, which I had to kill. And the zombies kept sort of happening upon me. And it was really, really harrowing. But by the end, I actually managed to get the books that I was missing. I finally have a first-level electrician book in that save, which has been the main thing that's been limiting me in that save this whole time. I got the book that I was looking for and got out just barely with my life. It was great. So March Ridge is still one of my favorite places, even though, it's not the most interesting landscape. I mean, it's just a lot of tract housing. One of the reasons why I keep trying to come up with weird things to do in this game is just because the thing that I would do on my own, which is just go from house to house and just raid every single house, wouldn't be that interesting for you to watch me do, unless something really weird happened. I don't think it would be that interesting for you. And so, let's see here. So I started going west, but what? Oh, good. West was the choice. Cool. So I didn't know that the Coalition had run a poll, but it looks like west won. So we're going west. If you had said south, I promise I would have turned around and gone south. But we're going west instead. So while we're sort of driving along, let's have a look at the map. Okay, so we're passing March Ridge. I don't know what town this is, but we're going to get close to it. Maybe. I don't know. Hopefully we don't run out of gas and need to start siphoning from nearby gas cans, or from nearby cars, because that would be unfortunate. But yeah, thank you, El Chosen One, for bringing a bunch of people in here. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so Jeremiah Deadline says, well, it's a good thing that car didn't break down. Yeah, so I've definitely seen that happen in other people's games, where they'll be dodging a zombie, they'll crash into a pole, and their car will just die right there on the spot. Which is something that actually, in State of Decay 2, we ended up tuning it in such a way that zombies are deadly to your car, but almost everything else isn't. You can crash your car into almost whatever you want that isn't a zombie, and the car will probably survive. Just because in a big sort of very 3D, bumpy open world game, we just found that it was really, really common to just be bumping into things all the time and not feel like it's your fault. In fact, one of the most frustrating things about State of Decay 1 was the fact that it was so easy to flip your car, and flipping your car was just deadly to your car. Like, the car would just explode at that point, and you had no car. And it was so common for people to just flip it on tiny little things. Our primary environment artist, our primary level designer, James, would just... He loved the idea of putting jumps out in the world, but every jump could be absolutely fatal because you could crash your car, be stranded on your own without it, and then be surrounded by zombies and be unable to get back to base. And so it was just like, he just basically put these little, like, suicide booths, basically, all over the map. And so in State of Decay 2, we tried our best to make driving be as unfrustrating as possible. So bumping into normal stuff is usually not that fatal for your car. You can flip your car over if it, you've got a lot of air touch control, and your cars can be flipped over if they're, if they get rolled. And you've also got a stuck command. So between all of those options, you can usually find some way to get out of trouble. All right, well, let's... Oh, right! I forgot. So usually I just disassemble watches and things on the fly, but I left my screwdriver at home, so I can't. So let's grab this shotgun, because it's a shotgun. And then, I don't think I need to explain why we're grabbing a shotgun. The shotgun's real heavy, though. So let's bring it back to the car. Will it fit in this front seat? Yes, it will. All right. So we're going to drop that in the front seat, and then let's have... I guess I don't technically need to eat quite yet. So there's a field. I don't know how well you can see it because my head might be in the way. But there is a field down here, which might mean there might be a farmhouse or a barn. It's getting a little bit late. Okay, they haven't seen me yet. Let me look at the map. Oh, wait, somebody has seen me. I'm surprised to see this many zombies out. Like, normally you don't see this many zombies gathered in a random spot of road. Which, between them and the field, makes me think that there's something around here. Okay, yeah, there's a bunch of zombies. Look, okay, I'm going to get in the car again, real quick. Oh, there's a fence, too. Okay, yeah. There's definitely some stuff here. I'm going to take some vitamin pills, in case they help. I'm going to do it twice, in case that helps more. I'm also going to eat some snow globes, because I'm starting to get hungry. Just trying to solve all my little problems here. Let's also eat some quagga cakes. I don't know what quagga cakes are, but we're going to eat them. All right. We're good. Now, we've got a bunch of zombies up here that I don't necessarily want to deal with if I can avoid it. Let's head down here towards the farmland. And then, actually, you know what I should probably do? I should probably, if I'm going to be departing from the car long term, I should probably turn it off so I don't run myself out of gas. Oh, wait, one last thing. Okay, I always forget stuff. One last thing. Let's grab some of the food that I've got back in there. Let's just stick this stew in my bag, I guess. In case I end up stopping. Oh, wait, no, that's going to be too heavy. I've got too much other crap in here. Okay, you know what? You know what I don't really need right now? A million bugs. Oh, and I already had chips. I forgot that I had chips. So let's leave the stew. I've got the chips to eat if I need some food. The stew will eventually go stale, but I don't mind eating it a little bit stale. So yeah, let's avoid fighting that horde of zombies if we can help it. Yes, Macmert, the shotgun does belong in that seat because it is riding shotgun. Absolutely. I just realized that I've been keeping a shotgun in the passenger seat in most of my cars for a while without once having it occur to me that the shotgun was riding shotgun. So thank you for pointing that out. You've made my day. Okay, so it looks like we have found a place out here. It's not what I came looking for. But it's a thing. And I like things. And it looks like it might even have a driveway that could lead out. Okay, yeah, so this probably, if I'd driven a little further, I think I'd probably be able to bring the car up here. Oh, wait. What's going on? Somebody trying to get out that window? I think they are. I would like for them not to break the window if I can help that. So let me... Come on. Let's try to get inside. Oh, great. They broke the window. Dang it. I wanted to keep this house in good shape. Seemed like a cool place to camp. Well, I guess if I kill all the nearby zombies and close interior doors, having one broken window won't be fatal. Okay, I'm getting pretty tired, though. So was that zombie the one that came out the window? Nope, this is the one that came out the window. Got a nice spear in him. That's cool. Looks like somebody's trying to get out the door. Oh, hi. Ah, that was one of those grabby crawlers. Okay. Oh, being inside a house with zombies is a terrible plan. All right. Yep, there's another grabber. Okay, come here. Okay, here's somebody else. I still don't know if that's all the zombies in that house. Probably isn't. I'm getting tired. I don't know how many I want to deal with right now. Let's just deal with the ones I can immediately see. Hopefully one at a time. Okay, no, zombie, I'm over here now. So I've been watching videos about how zombies path and how you can lose zombies. It looks like zombies will basically, they'll pick the destination that they think you're at, and they'll start moving towards that destination, and they don't necessarily update it constantly, especially if you're breaking eye contact with them. They will often, like I think one of the reasons why they'll, for instance, go to your car instead of you when you get out of your car. They haven't seen you yet necessarily, and they're not necessarily looking for you all that closely while they're pathing to a destination of where they think you are. And so sometimes you'll see a zombie just go in a weird direction because maybe you momentarily broke sight lines or something is just going to your last known position, and it won't necessarily immediately update it when it sees you, though sometimes it will. And so like people have learned like techniques for like what is the best way to sort of break zombie sight lines and lose them, which I am not an expert at yet, but I feel like there's another zombie that is around here somewhere, maybe in these trees. Like over here. I'm nervous there's a zombie over here somewhere that I don't see. I'm starting to get exhausted, though, so I feel like I think it might be time to give this house another try. So it does have that one window that's busted. But again, as long as I'm closing interior doors and... Come on. Okay. Fine. And not giving zombies reasons to investigate this house. Probably okay. Let's close these curtains. That'll help. I'm tired, but as long as I'm dealing with like one zombie at a time, probably all right. Okay, laundry room, clear. Bathroom, I guess? Clear. Oh, closet. Closet. Clear. One thing's nice about finding a house like this is that it likely has food in it that I can also use. Okay, nobody. Awesome. So let's fill our water bottles. The Coalition is looking at the barn on this property. He says he thinks it looks like a hangar for a very small plane. That would be fun if we could just go, flying. But no, I don't think that's what it is. I've got a lot of water bottles. And it seems like maybe I should have put those in the car. But whatever. Ooh, new fanny pack. Nice. A sweater vest. What else have we got? It looks like there's not a lot of loot here. Oh, some padded pants, though. So in the wintertime, that's going to be valuable. Let's hold on to those. And then while we're here... Whoa, what the... Just a bunch of money on the ground? What? What? Okay, chips, money, and playing cards. Somebody had like a ill-fated poker game here. That is fascinating. Okay, so there is a bunch of food here. I'm going to be overloaded if I carry it. But I think that's probably fine for now. Let's grab the food. Let's drink this juice box. And we'll sleep here tonight, and then we'll immediately in the morning head out to the car. Drop off our stuff in the car, but then bring the car up here to examine the rest of this stuff. Oh, we've got... Yeah, okay, hold on. I'm not going to try to carry all of that, but... Yeah, what's in the closet? I'm curious what's in the closet now. A padded jacket! Nice. Okay, we've got some good stuff here. So, we're overloaded, but it's fine. I'm going to go upstairs. Let's have a nice sleep. And then in the morning, we'll go out, get the car so we can drop stuff off in the car. And, we ended up... we may end up not finding what I came here looking for, which is a body of water, but we found someplace else cool instead, and I think that's probably fine. And now it's raining. Oh, that's good, actually. Rain is good, because back home, I was running low on water, and now I will not be. Okay, so I'm going to head back towards the car with my overloaded backpack. Hopefully the zombies haven't moved around too much. Oh, is this a thunderstorm? I think zombies might go a little nuts in a thunderstorm. So that makes me nervous. I'm assuming... Oh, there's so many zombies in this field. So I'm assuming that there's a driveway up ahead. And so if I don't need to drive off-road. If I can just get in my car. Let's eat something. Let's have some... Before this stuff goes stale. Let's eat some of my beans, vegetable, and canned chili. And... Okay, that's good. I'm full. Okay, zombies are wandering around. But not seeing me yet. Let's see if I can empty some stuff into the back before they see me. So that's going to include all this canned food. I'll keep the chips. Oh, I forgot to read last night. I was going to read. Okay, let's put the canned food in the back to start. This food we're not going to be probably eating on this trip. We're just going to take it home. The water bottles I'll probably put in the back of the in the front seat. The padded jacket and pants. I don't need these right now, but I'm going to want them in wintertime. So we'll drop those off. I think I don't really need to keep my tent and my fishing rod with me right now. So let's put those out there too. And, oh, my tomato paste. Let's put that away. All right, so now I've just got some chips and a few other things. Put our water bottles, our backup water bottles here. And then some of our chips go away. Okay, now I think I'm ready to go do more scavenging. So Le Coalition is doing a poll about what people's favorite State of Decay 2 map is. And he's asking if I want to participate, if I want to say what my favorite is. Yeah, so I think... So Trumbull Valley is special just because it's the original map. So that one has a special place in my heart. I think I might still... I don't know. For a long time, I've said that my favorite map is Meager Valley. And I think that's still true. I think just as far as just where I enjoy playing, where I enjoy sort of driving around, seeing the sights, that sort of thing. I think that I still would probably say Meager Valley. It's so open, it's so lush. It's just a lot of fun to play in. But I think Trumbull Valley, depending on the criteria you're using, Trumbull Valley is either a close second or could overtake it. Peroxicus agrees that Meager Valley is the prettiest. So, okay. So, yeah, here's the driveway. Oh, another horde. Oh, and a car. Huh. Okay, let's deal with these guys just so they don't sneak up on us later. All right. Another thing that this rain is helping with is my plants. So I don't actually... So I know that... I'm pretty sure that if plants do not get rain, they eventually die. I don't know if getting a lot of rain accelerates their growth. So I don't know if this rain is getting me closer to self-sufficiency by advancing my farm, or if it's just keeping my farm from dying. Which is, technically, it's a small shade of difference, but it's important. Ooh, a fancy car battery. That's cool. Let's see what else is in this car. Oh, it's locked. Whatever. Don't care. So Melitor says that Meager Valley and Trumbull Valley are the two that are the two valleys basically are the most drivable off road. And that, you know what? Honestly, that might be one of the reasons I like Meager Valley without having really thought it through and said it in those terms. I think I might agree with you about that. That like I do really enjoy just driving in whatever direction I want and having that take me someplace. And in a lot of the other maps, like in Drucker, you get in big trouble if you just try to drive straight across the map. And similarly, Cascade Hills has got a lot of dead ends to it. The Meager Valley, you just drive in a direction and you'll get somewhere useful. Hey, this guy's got an axe in his back. Hey there, Mr. Back Axe. How you doing? Let's just take your back axe. That's cool. I don't want to get a cold, so let's get inside. Oh, hi. That was a disaster waiting to happen. Okay. Nobody in here. You see me do this little lurch after I open a door. I'm like, yeah, something might be coming at me. Ah, no. Ah, no. Okay, I think that's all the rooms in this house. So I think we're good. Let's start filling up our pack with all of their stuff. So canned sardines, that's good for meat. Yeah, that's one of the things that I was worried about. Another bowl couldn't be bad. Another meat cleaver wouldn't be bad. I get nervous about running out of... Ooh, beer bottle. Of running out of meat, just because that's one of the hardest things to replace. After the fridges all die... Oh, what? Do I keep... Yeah, shopping list. Let's... Carpentry 3 is the main book I'm missing. So I don't know if I need to grab these books. I might have them, I might not. I should make a more thorough shopping list of all of the books that I'm missing so that I know what to grab and what not to grab. So now that we've cleared these rooms, let's see if there's anything in their actual furniture that we want. Long socks? I'm not sure if I've got a lot of long socks. Those seem valuable for... Ooh, and some gloves. Those seem valuable for winter months. And nothing in here. But I guess I could probably... I should be closing curtains in this place so I can use it as a safe house in the future. Because I like having a place like this. It's a nice little stopover between March Ridge and that other nearby town. Okay, I think I've found everything. Oh, Electrician Volume 1. I think I've got that, but I'm going to grab it again, just in case. That's a really valuable one. Getting your first level in Electrician... Let me check my skills. Yeah, I definitely have that book already, but whatever. Your first level in Electrician is... one of the most important ones because it's part of what lets you hotwire cars. Okay, so actually, wait, this isn't where I want to be. I want to be at the back because I'm going to dump a bunch of stuff in here. Hopefully, there aren't too many zombies around. And all this crap I'm about to dump in the back can just go in with no problems. Yeah, so again, like one of the most useful things I'm doing right now is not necessarily the scavenging, though this is valuable, and it's not necessarily my search for a body of water, though that's also valuable. It's the fact that I'm not at home, and so my traps are having a chance to work. It's still really early in the day, so let's I guess actually I don't need to. Let me drive my car up to the barn, and then let's turn it off so it's not wasting gas. I think that when your car is idling, it wastes very little gas. Like, I think the difference between driving the car and idling the car is very, very... It's a big difference. So it's not like I'm in massive trouble for leaving the car idling. But I should avoid it if I can. Okay, tool case. Old brakes. Messed up car battery. Cabbage seeds. NPK fertilizer. So I haven't really seen a massive need for fertilizer, but... I am aware of the fact that they're about to overhaul gardening. They're about to actually make... So right now, they made gardening viable by tuning it so that plants just grow in a few weeks, and you can just immediately get to a spot where you're self-sufficient on gardening. And so I'm going to reach that spot with... Assuming I don't get Shonda killed, I'm going to reach that spot with Shonda fairly easily. But from what I've heard... They're going to redo farming so that it takes much more realistic amounts of time. So it takes months to grow something rather than just weeks, which is going to really change the balance of farming, which actually means that even though I haven't really seen the value of using fertilizer, just because the difference between, how fast something grows, really my problem when I'm gardening is not that I can't get the food to grow fast enough. It's that when the food grows, I get so much of it, I don't have anywhere to put it. That's my biggest problem. And so I just don't worry about fertilizer. I'm like, fertilizer, that'll just give me more food faster. That's my problem. I don't want more food faster. But now that they're talking about changing it so that it takes a really long time to grow food. First off, getting freezers like the freezer that we've got, that's going to be significantly more important because you're going to have to, you can't just, basically just make a little bit of food in your garden and just keep repeating it and just get fresh food again and again and again. You're going to have to stock up. You're going to have to get grow a lot of food at once, and then hold on to it for a long period of time. And so getting things like that freezer are going to be really, really important. What is it? What's on the ground here? Is that a visor or something? What is that? Yeah, it's a visor. Okay. Yeah, so that's going to be really important. But so I'm thinking that fertilizer, whatever makes your food grow faster, once food is taking months, that could actually make a big difference to your survival. Why am I going in here? I need to load stuff in the back. That can make a much bigger difference to your survival than it currently does. So I think I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to grab that fertilizer, in part because I'm anticipating, whenever Build 42 drops, Shonda's gonna want to have some fertilizer. Oh, so folks are asking about the pronunciation of Meager Valley, and that's come up a couple of times. I haven't been able to pay that much attention to it, but so Zedric von Kottball is pointing out that, and I think somebody else might have said it before him, I'm not sure, that the last name that I've been saying Meager Valley, that last name, I think in the original German, would actually be pronounced Mayer, that GH is kind of a, an unvoiced, very subtle sound, and so there'd be more of it basically would be a different spelling of the name Mayer, rather than being Meager. So, on one side, you're probably absolutely right. That name should probably be pronounced Mayer. However, American towns and place names are all over the map when it comes to pronunciation. Some of them have very sort of original pronunciations that come directly from the language of origin. Some of them have highly anglicized or Americanized names where it's spelled like something like something from another language, but you say it in an extremely American way. I don't know, like the correct pronunciation of Nevada is Nevada, even though it looks like it should probably be Nevada, and your assumptions from it's part of the American Southwest. You expect a lot of Spanish style pronunciations there, so a lot of people go for Nevada. It's officially Nevada, But that's because, I mean, it's, part of the United States, and however people in the United States or however people in Nevada pronounce it is correct. And so you can't be wrong about a pronunciation, of your own place. So, there's even more farms around here. Okay, so I'm going to get out again. See how many zombies actually follow me. I'll try to take them out one by one, and then see if I can explore this place. And so, Meager Valley, you could say that it should be called Mayor Valley. I'm betting that a place like that, if it was spelled that way, I'm betting that the locals would still call it Meager Valley. Partly just because correcting everyone would be really annoying. It would be difficult to do, because everybody would get it wrong at first. Though, you never know. I mean, there are definitely a lot of places in the U.S. where it's got an unconventional pronunciation and everyone insists on it. Like, Puyallup is a place in Washington, which it looks like it's Puyallup, but it's pronounced, I think, Puyallup. I think it looks like the Y moves in the word. And yeah, so I don't know. So I guess I'm saying that I'm pronouncing it Meager Valley because in my head canon, that's how the locals pronounce it, even if it's not technically correct from the original language. However, since no one pronounces that name anywhere in State of Decay, as far as I'm aware, it's not canon. So you can pronounce Meager Valley however you want. If you want to call it Mayor Valley, go right ahead and call it Mayor Valley. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. So I'm going to go down this route because I like the other place that I went down. So this one's probably cool too. Okay, it looks like a little neighborhood over here. So I haven't done a lot of this kind of exploration in this game yet. And this is something, so when I was talking about maybe retiring Shonda and starting a new game, Andy Hodgetts made the suggestion that I should consider... Oh, did I just hop that thing? That I should consider starting in familiar territory, like starting in Muldraugh. Okay, there's nothing in here. I should consider starting in Muldraugh and then traveling somewhere else and finding some new place to go on foot and basically settling wherever I happen to show up. And I think that's an interesting suggestion because it means that, it wouldn't be like... My initial assumption about what I would do was I would just pick one of the other places to spawn. I would pick Rosewood or Riverside or one of those other, West Point, and spawn there and just start a brand new thing in an unfamiliar place. But the idea of starting in a familiar place, obtaining the basics, getting a car, and then making my goal to travel someplace else and not necessarily go to one of those common starting places, but maybe settle down in a place that is just unknown or unconventional, the way that I settled in March Ridge, which is not one of the spawn points, but is still an interesting town in its own right. So this is an interesting little test run of that idea of me going out and finding a weird place and just, I could totally see myself settling in a place like this. Let's get inside here and maybe we'll check the map to see how close I am to other nearby places. Because I wouldn't want to be too far away from scavenging grounds. But someplace if I already had a car, if I already had a car with a generator in the back, so I knew I could get more gas. Coming to a place like this where it's just a short drive away from scavenging grounds, but is relatively safe from zombies because it's just out in this rural area, actually sounds pretty good. Okay. So this feels like a relatively safe place. Rotten tomatoes, but we've got some pepper. What have we got in the bookshelves? Foraging 5. I don't remember if I had Foraging 5. Well, I'll be back this way eventually anyway. How's my metalworking skill? Okay, I definitely have metalworking 1. Again, I need to bring with me an account of all of my books so that I know what I need and what I don't. Okay, here's the classic canned foods. And also, since it's wet out there, let's dry myself with this dish towel. And we got, chocolate, mac and cheese. By the way, the mac and cheese in this game weirds me out because you're not required to cook it. In fact, there's no means of cooking it. You just eat it straight out of the box. And I'm like, looking at the box, it looks like it's a Kraft macaroni and cheese box. And I'm like, how does that work exactly? Like, Kraft macaroni and cheese requires cooking. You don't just munch on that. So I'm not sure exactly why that works the way it does. Okay, so what I want to do right now, because I've been falling way behind in the chat, and my character's getting tired, I'm not feeling extremely safe. How am I doing? Okay, I've got the mac and cheese and the chocolate. I'm surprised. I thought that I kept some chips with me. Did I not? Did I toss them in the back by accident? I probably did. Let's have my character sit down. Coalition is sending me like massive signals and I'm missing stuff in the chat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read foraging. I'm going to sit on the ground and I'm going to catch up with the chat. Okay, so the first question the Coalition asked is for my take on Atomic Heart. I'll talk about that in a second. That was probably a long rant, actually. So let me catch up with other things in the chat first. So Zedric, gave an example of another place. Versailles, Indiana is actually pronounced Versailles because that's how it's spelled in English, even though that spelling in French is Versailles. That's a really good example of what I'm talking about, like why I feel like I'm on solid ground calling Meager Valley Meager Valley. Also, part of it is, like, I really wanted it to evoke the word meager when I chose that name. And so I deliberately looked for names like that made it sound like something more than just this is the name of the valley. I wanted it to sound like it's evoking something specific. I gotta answer a text real quick. I know this is really exciting watching me do that. Okay, I'm done. Anyway, let's see here. So, what was I talking about? Okay, so Killing Knight says they have a county in their state that looks like it's called Horry County, but it's pronounced Ori County. You leave the H off. So yeah, that stuff is all over the country. Scott Landon says farming is so much easier in State of Decay 2, which I appreciate. I grow my foods and meds to survive and leave the other outpost spaces for materials and food and ammo. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, sorry, materials and fuel and ammo. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, we didn't think that State of Decay, people who came to State of Decay 2 were going to be coming for the detailed farming simulation. And so it is the most just fakey, video gamey version of farming you can imagine. It is not a lot to it. But it's just basically you just have an income. You build the thing and you've got a food income now. Done. But we just thought that's not what people came to State of Decay for. They do come to Project Zomboid for that kind of detail level simulation, but probably not to us. Okay, so Coalition is saying, oh, hey, Big Sat Daddy, thanks for coming in. It looks like you can't stay for very long, so maybe you're not hearing me say this, but maybe you'll watch it later on YouTube and you will hear me. So, hi, Big Sat Daddy, thanks for coming in here. So Coalition is, so I'm not sure which thing Coalition is telling me that he wanted me to read. Oh, maybe it was your average Twitch user's comment. It says, while we were talking about the cut freaks, what about cut special normal zombies? Like the military and riot zombies, were there any cut specials? So the main special normal zombie that we thought of, made plans around, and then didn't include in the game is rucksack zombies. That was a proposal that I made while we were working on State of Decay 2. The idea being, like, if you saw a zombie out there that had a rucksack on, you could kill the zombie, the rucksack would fall on the ground, and you could pick up the rucksack. And it gave you a reason to fight zombies, because a lot of the time in State of Decay 2, you kill zombies because you feel like it or because they're in the way of something, but there wasn't really a reason to go after the zombies specifically. The way in Project Zomboid, a lot of times there are resources that are primarily farmed from zombies. And so there's a reason to go out and kill zombies to take the stuff that's on their bodies. We don't have anything like that in State of Decay 2. And I thought, that felt like it was a missed opportunity. And so rucksack zombies, like, we thought that, maybe we would make them a little bit tougher or maybe put them in a horde with other zombies. And maybe rucksack zombies only appear in hordes, or maybe they only appear with freaks or something like that. So you can't just say, oh, look, rucksack zombie, free rucksack, and that's it, because that wouldn't be very interesting. We'd want it to be some kind of risk-reward thing where when you see a rucksack zombie, it's a more difficult decision whether or not you're actually going to go after it. So Coalition says that that's an amazing idea. It's even on the wish list with a ton of votes. Yeah, I still like it. You know, it's one of many good ideas out there, and we can't do all of them, but that is one that I liked. So there you go. There's an answer for you, Twitch user. Sorry, by the way, that when I'm playing Project Zomboid, I get so tunnel visioned, and it's very easy for me to ignore chat. Well, so we've got Shonda sitting here. She's, she's reading, she's comfortable, she's out here on her road trip, and she's feeling relatively safe right now. This might actually be a good time to break this up and do another episode end. So why don't we do that? Because I also need to check on some things at my house. So this might be really good timing. So let's wrap this up right now with a subscribe button and links to other videos. Coalition, I'm going to answer your question about Atomic Heart in the next video. So if you want to see that, you can click there.